In 2015, some news outlets said that we'd be driverless this year. Yeah, not quite. Most experts can't agree on when this future will arrive, but they do have a good idea of how it will work. Whether it's robo-taxis, autonomous buses, or electric scooters, travelers should have more options on demand than ever before. But to ensure all this transit transforms our world for the better, urban planners first need to look in the rearview mirror.
We have to take a hard, critical look back at the mistakes we've made in the last century and really address those in a clear, I would say, scientific way.
Cities are defined by roads, which are literally defined as surfaces for vehicles. But in the early 1900s, roads and streets were shared with pedestrians. I know what you're thinking. Cars showed up, it was inevitable. The dictionary's never wrong. But giving these public places over to cars was actually an active choice.
This was partly due to people's desire to move differently in automobiles, but it also was impacted greatly by industries that were trying to move in certain directions that would increase their sales.
Throughout the 20th century, urban planners often prioritized cars, resulting in traffic, urban sprawl, and even isolation.
That street, which had originally connected different parts of the city, became a road, or even worse, a highway, which disconnected everything. And so it meant that two neighborhoods could now be completely disconnected and have no relationship to each other.
David works for the world's second biggest architecture firm, which thinks that replanning cities to accommodate for future transit will help. A theory they're testing in Kuwait.
Kuwaitis prefer driving. Many highways and arterial streets were built. This really resulted in less public spaces and disconnected neighborhoods.
In 2009, the UN said that all roads in Kuwait were already, or would very soon, be at full capacity. Local news outlets were reporting even bigger problems, so something had to give.
We can always build more highways, but this is only a short-term solution. The master plan is changing that.
In 2017, Kuwait embarked on a new master plan for 2040, redesigning today's neighborhoods with tomorrow's technology in mind. Over 100 planners and architects have essentially been creating a blank canvas, removing cars from streets so that they'll be ready for new options as they become available. For instance, this road was once covered in cars, but it's now been pedestrianized to pave the way for multiple transit alternatives.
We can use bike sharing, ride sharing, autonomous vehicles, and then a metro system.
This metro would have smart stations, equipped with an array of options to help travelers reach their final destination.
So the master plan uses data analysis to actually build and create a city where it's convenient for people to use the various transport modes.
The master plan suggests transforming over 200 neighborhoods across the country. And a major aim, obviously, is to improve travel. But the larger goal is for the ease of this movement to move the entire country forward by attracting investment.
Kuwait is only depending on oil today. These new technological transportation modes will shift Kuwait into this new financial hub.
Kuwait and Calgary couldn't be further apart, but they seem to have something in common. By proactively planning for tomorrow's transit, they hope to harness its power to create a brighter future. Which begs the question, will all of this tech make our world a better place?